Hello, my lovers. Today I'm back at again with another video, and I'm trying to put out more videos, so I'm trying to change things. I am trying to, elevate some things, but for all my subscribers, I really appreciate you guys, and I thank you guys because that means a lot to me. I really do appreciate it because over time, a small victory is still a victory. Because, that's one person that decided to watch or subscribe to me. They did that out of the kindness of their heart, or they did that because they were supportive of me. And I thank you for that because it's something that, you guys didn't have to do. So I really do appreciate that because that shows me to keep doing what I'm doing. And feel free to comment down below, and if I see it, I'll comment. But this video is for Ty. Now, Ty, I'm doing this for you, and I'm kind of excited about this because I've been wanting to talk about this for a long time. So I'm gonna quit rambling. I'm gonna get back. I'm gonna get to where I'm supposed to get to. Now, I feel like when people talk about depression, they kind of tiptoe around it. I'm not gonna say not gonna tiptoe, but I'm gonna put it like this. I ain't gonna go all the way through the bushes, but I'm gonna kind of go in there a little bit, a little bit. So, depression looks like many things, which is true. Someone could be so successful and have everything and still be depressed, which is true. And at the same time, someone could be crying their heart out and be depressed. But that means to say that it looks like many different things. So, yes, it's okay to check up on people. Yes, it's okay to ask someone if they're okay or if they're fine. It's okay to do that. But with that being said, yes, I know they say that everybody has a sob story. Everybody has something that happened to them. What I want to say to you guys is that if you had anything happen to you that caused you, and this could be anything, that caused you to go through a rough patch or a rough time in your life, you're entitled to feel how you feel about what happened. You're entitled to. Because your feelings are your feelings, Like, they're your feelings. And with that being said, I feel like a lot of times, in my opinion, I have even experienced when because I can only speak for me in this situation. I have had situations where I've tried to I talked to someone about how I'm feeling, what's going on in my life, that I say, felt like I could, confide in them information. A lot of times people try to downplay it as if like, oh, everybody's this and everybody's that, kind of generalizing the situation. Now, I understand sometimes people try to be like, oh, you're not the only one going through this or going through that. I get that. But when you're really going through something, that's kind of the last thing, in my opinion, that you kind of want to hear. You just want someone to be there for you and not say, oh, like, generalize the situation as if it is not important. Because I feel like that's not true. In my opinion. I'm going to say a lot of opinions. You can count how many opinions I say. Because I'm going to steady be saying opinions. And then, too, another thing. If someone's depressed, and say I feel like a lot of times when people reach out for help from people, a lot of times it gets ignored. And then say if something furthermore happens, then people start to be like, well, I don't know what happened, And I'm like, well, they reached out for help and you just completely ignored it. So no wonder if you just would have been there for them instead of ignoring it, things might have possibly been different. And with that being said, I understand that the more you push people away, the more you push people away, the more likely people are not going to come back to you. I get that. I've learned that. But what I'm saying is this. If someone is really there for you, they're going to be there through thick and thin. Because the more things you go through with somebody, the stronger you guys are together. That could be a friend, that could be a cousin, that could be, anybody that's close to you. The more stuff y'all go through, the closer y'all are. But with that being said, like the story like the 3 pigs. The wolf blew the houses down. The only house that was still standing was the brick house. And I feel like if you don't got brick houses around, you don't need them in your life because they're not going to be there. And I know they say, well, friends come and go and family is forever and blood is thicker than water. My saying for that is that, yes, blood is thicker than water, but some people got blood thinners in there that's messing up the whole situation, So, I'm sorry, I'm not sick. It's just the voice got dry. My throat got dry, I had to cough. But back to what I was saying. Not everybody has family members or a family that they could go to and talk to, or they have that relationship that's good enough to where they could talk about these things, or they feel comfortable enough to talk about these things. So then when you really think about it, a lot of people have what you call a chosen family, which is friends of theirs, where, it's like that is their family. I'm not saying that they disrespect their family or don't claim their family, but it's just not their, people that they consider to be their family. And, I understand that. I know people that are in that situation, and, to each their own. I'm not judging anybody. I feel like whatever works for you, because at the end of the day, mental health is important. Like, for example, I've been in situations where I remember I was younger, I said I was depressed. Someone was like, depressed about what? And, the main thing I used to hear was, oh, you ain't got no bills to pay, da-da-da-da-da. What you could be depressed about? Number one, school is hard, okay? School is very hard. This was like years ago, but I'm like, this is like years ago. But what I'm saying is that, like, school is hard, okay? School is like a whole job. Second of all, if you're working and also going to school, if you're older, that's hard. Kudos to you guys, because that's a lot. That's a whole lot. And then, too, also, if you're playing sports in high school and on top of homework, and if you're still managing to work, kudos to you guys, because that's a lot. And then, too, also, if you're younger, kids are mean. Kids are nice. Kids are sweet. Kids are kind. But kids can be cruel because they have no filter. They say what they want to say, and they don't have no filter. So, yes, kids can be mean. Like, for example, think about you go somewhere and you get bullied every day, and you go to someone about getting bullied. You go and they, can't really do nothing about it. Over time, that's going to make it to where you don't like to go to school because you're always getting bullied. I'm just saying, school is hard. Life is real hard. And then, too, you also got to think about the fact of, hey, a child's life could be hard because what if they come from a toxic household? I used to just want to be to teachers, you don't know where they coming from. You don't know. You don't know what their home life is like. Yeah, I see little Timmy is sleeping in your class, and it's your classroom, and I understand you're a teacher, but at the same time, cut up some slack. You honestly don't know what happened. You honestly don't know what happened. I'm just saying, you never know what someone is going through. You never know what's going through somebody's mind. So I feel like you just, people need to be kinder to each other and be there for each other. And then, too, if someone say that they not okay, take it seriously. Show that you care. Even if you don't care, think about the fact of, hey, what if it was you? You would want somebody to care about you. And a side note, when someone says that they're not okay, that doesn't automatically mean that they want to talk about what's going on with them. That's not always how that works, okay? It's okay for someone not want to talk. If someone don't want to talk, you can't force somebody to talk. That's not how that works. You can't beat it out of somebody. You can't try to pry someone open to see what's going on, because in due time, if they feel comfortable enough for want to, they will tell you. If they don't tell you, don't take it personal. You just wasn't the one they wanted to tell the to. They ain't tell nobody, you know? So I'm just saying, like, you know, people take that so personal, like, oh, well, why didn't they tell me? Or why couldn't they? You know, they wasn't comfortable enough, you know, or two. You gotta think about the fact of, a lot of times people ask, like, I mean, one of the lessons I learned at a really young age was, some people do not care about you or your best interest, which is true. But better yet, a lot of people do not care about your emotions, do not care about what you got going on. So that means if someone asks, hey, are you okay? Hey, are you fine? They really don't care if you are okay half the time. Some people do, and they show that they do, and they let you know that, hey, I'm here for you. But you have other people that they don't care. They don't care. Like, they really don't care. They done tuned out. They don't know what you just said. Those are people you need to stay away from, because a lot of times people be like, oh, I'm just fine, because either A, they know that you're not going to listen or you're not going to care about it, or two, a lot of times, I know with me, when I would say, oh, I'm fine, because either it was going to start an argument, or the main fact was just, you know, sometimes people don't understand. And it's hard, like think about emotions. You know, you have, you know how to say, happy, sad, mad, and angry. They say those are the 4 emotions. But then what if you have an emotion that's not quite one of those emotions? So then you have a hard time expressing how you feel. And I'm not saying that everybody has a problem with that, but it's hard to explain exactly how you feel to portray a message, especially if you're someone of a younger age. And even if you are someone of an older age, that still doesn't mean that you may not, that still doesn't mean that you will 100% be able to explain 100% what's going on with you. You know, some people don't be having the words to describe how they feel. And then too, you know, a lot of people, like, for example, like, a lot of people, I done seen a lot of people where they help other people with their problems, but then, you know how they say, well, you should follow your own advice? That happens all the time. So, you know, so Tyree, this is the end of this video. I made this for you, so, and I might make a part 2 to this video. I don't know, because I feel like there's so many topics I could also go into within this topic. But with that being said, bye, have a good day now, and stay great. Stay great.